So, welcome everyone. Today is the 5th of July and the actual holiday after the 4th, because the 4th fell on a Sunday. I hope you all had a lot of fun. Actually, as we were driving home, I was with some friends and we were driving home along the 118 with Aveen and Joe, her husband. And we were driving along the 118 around 9-ish. And when you came into the, when we were coming from the north, and we came across from Simi Valley and looked out over the valley from the 118. I mean, you couldn't count the fireworks that you just saw all over the place. It was just popping up. It was kind of fun. Anyway, so like I said, happy 4th. And we'll just get started with our simple QiGong. It just seems like I'm getting really good feedback from this, and I just love it, so I'm happy. So we'll just start by swaying, our nice gentle sway. And there's so many different ways we can sway. We can keep our arms straight. We can start bending our arms and tapping our body. And I like to give a lot of different ways so that you can pick for your body and how you're feeling at any given time, because we always feel a little bit different from day to day. And then we can kind of go a little bit forward, lifting up our heels. I know you can't see in the camera, but I'm lifting up my, so if I'm turning to the right, I'm lifting up my left heel. And then we can kind of go back and lift, and lift up the toe. So you come back. This is hard for me to coordinate sometimes. Back, so I'm swaying back. And then here we go. There we go. So I'm kind of turning on my heel and lifting my toe. And you know, all of these, doing these different ways, and tuning in to ourselves and really thinking about what we want, it really helps our bodies, us to stay present with our bodies, to listen to what's going on. Okay, so now we'll do our tapping with a curled fingers or a gentle fist. Just tap. And this is another thing that's up to each of us, each individual, where we want to tap and how hard or softly we want to tap, with a little more vigor, a little less vigor. But the idea, Janet and I were talking about this last night, the idea is that where we have stagnant qi, that's where we have potential for disease and injury. So this gets our qi moving. And what is qi? Qi is really, I think, it's energy. But if you want to think of it more in more maybe concrete terms, it is all of our body systems working together. Our circulatory system, our nervous system, our respiratory system, all of those purring in perfect harmony, almost humming along. So just tap your head, 2, and then we'll get our back. And then I like to come, and the tush, and then I like to come up the kidney channel and follow, which is either side of the spine, and follow the kidney channel down, all the way down to the outside of our legs. And we come down the outside of our legs, all the way to the heels, and up the inside of our legs. And then down the back side of our legs. And up from the toes, the front of the legs. And then we get the groin right here. And then we're going to flick our wrists. First, just really focus on flicking those wrists. And then if you'd like, when you bring your hands forward, you lift up on your heels, and when you come back, you let your heels drop. So we're pumping energy into our heart. And again, your choice. You want to drop down with vigor or just gently. But a nice flick in the wrist, this evidently helps balance emotions and helps the heart. Okay, so now we'll bring our hands on our dantian, which is roughly 2 inches below your navel. And that they say that excess chi is stored there. And so we'll bring our hands here and just circle our head around our neck and shoulders. And really pay attention here. Go slowly first, or always, and just feel what's going on in your neck and shoulders. I mean, our neck is an amazing kind of custodian of all of the pathways from this little tiny orb to our whole body. It all goes through the neck. And then reverse directions if you haven't already. Okay, nice. And revisit any area that you feel you might need to, that you've checked in. And so then we'll circle our shoulders around and around and around in one direction, and then in the other direction. And then keeping our shoulders relaxed, open up and pull back, pull from our shoulder blades, and hand palms down, pull back. Okay, and we'll come on down to our hips. And with your hands on your hips or the small of your back, so that you really can feel that your pelvis is doing the movement, your hips are doing the movement. So you're not kind of moving your body as one, that you want to keep some fluidity in the hips, so that you're not just moving from your armpits to your knees, because some of us have a tendency to do that, or even from our shoulders to our knees. So we really want to get into those hips, around and around and around, and then reverse directions, really helping our joints. Okay, and then we'll come on down to our knees and warm them up a little bit. And either have your fingertips around your kneecap, or maybe your hands gently on your kneecap, the palm of your hands, or thumb and index finger around your kneecap. Just find a nice position for your kneecaps. And then reverse directions. And then let's come forward and out and around. And reverse. And then we'll glide forward and back, and forward and back, and forward and back. And warm up those knees again. And actually, I know what I want to do. One thing with my computer. Here we go. Okay. And so now let's go ahead and bring our toe behind us, balance our foot on our toe, and just circle the foot around the toe and the ankle. So you feel some looseness in your ankle. And just like always, in both directions. And then we will bring our foot forward. And if you need, this is a good balance, is so important. If you need something close by to feel safe, find that, and try to use as little of a prop for your balance as possible. So, and lifting of the solar plexus can really help. keeping the shoulders relaxed, and then shake it on out. And the other foot. So we'll bring the other foot behind us, circle around on our toe, around our ankle and toe with our foot in both directions. And then come one forward, and again, really focus on balance. Circle around and then up and down and up and down, and shake it on out. Okay, so now we'll work on our hands. Pull back and down, back, and down. Interlace your fingers and try to keep those wrists and elbows like little Gumbies as loose as possible. Nice. And then we'll tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just to pause for a moment. How are your knees? Straight but soft, hopefully. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. And I just noticed that mine were a little too straight. 7, 8, 9. And I lose count. You can maintain your own count as I'm talking. And I think if we do it 10 times, I think it'll be okay. Or 8 times, or 12 times. Front and back of the hand. And then we'll make our little eagle's beak or 5-pointed tap. All fingers are touching the thumb. The back, the front and the back, just like before. And of course, both hands. And then we're going to get between our fingers. Really gently. So the tapping fist hand, I mean, not a fist, the tapping hand, we're using the baby finger side. And it's very relaxed, not stiff. And then of course, both hands, keeping your shoulders relaxed as you're doing this. And the knees. And then we're going to get between the thumb and fingers. One hand on top and then the other hand on top. And then the backs of the hands. I might have mentioned this, but the person I learned, well, one of the people, I've done this with a couple teachers. And one of the teachers I learned this from said he used to be a massage therapist. And his hands were getting really stiff. And he started doing these things for his hands. And it just really helped him. It really helped his hands feel better. He calls it anti-arthritis QiGong. And actually, he's right here in the Valley, Ed Sullivan. And he teaches a free class on Zoom on Wednesdays at 9 and Saturdays at 9. If anybody's interested, just send me an email and I can send you the information. And his name is really Ed Sullivan. Okay, and then shake it on out. Okay, and now we'll give ourselves our little facial. So with double knuckles, so we're going to smooth out the forehead, the sacred terrace, from the third eye to the temples, from the eyebrow up to the hairline. And keep those shoulders relaxed. And then circle around the temples and above the ears, in front of the ears, the jaw joint, and then front and back of the ear. I have my index finger behind my ear and my middle finger in front. And then I like to massage the whole the whole back and front of the outer ear. Nice. And then you can just get any part with your fingertips or your double knuckles, get your face. Gently, gently around your eyes, cheeks, cheekbones, nose, mouth. And then I like to take my thumb underneath my jawbone, fingers on top, and trace it down to my chin. And then the head again. But this time, instead of tapping the head, we can circle our fingertips around the head. Or if you want to tap, tap again. You know, always do what's right for you. Okay, and then I like to come behind my head and lift up the occipital ridge, and then come down to either side of the cervical spine. And just massage up and down that. Okie doke. And then we'll just kind of dust off what no longer serves us. And then return the chi after, well, getting ahead of myself a little more to dust off. Okay, so when we return the chi, we stand in wushu posture or ready pose, and that's with our feet comfortably apart, facing forward or maybe even slightly pigeon-toed if that can work for you, but you know what, of course, stand in a way that's right for you. Knees are soft, and then our arms are straight, but also soft, not rigid, and same thing with our fingertips. So what we'll do here is we're going to gather up the loving chi from all around us, from as far away as the outer edges of the universe. And from the earth itself, from our beautiful earth that we live on. And we're just going to bring that chi into us. And as we're bringing that chi, I'm just going to show you, as we bring that chi down, we can continue to press away the chi that doesn't serve us. And you may feel some tingling in your hands. And if you don't, possibly the more you do it, with time you possibly will. But it's not necessary because we still just gather up that beautiful chi, the chi of unconditional love. And we're going to bring it on down. And of course, if you'd like to close your eyes, go ahead. Feel your arms reach far, far away to galaxies, far away to the whole universe, gathering up that chi of unconditional love. It's like we breathe in harmony and peace. The yin, the feminine principle. The yang, the masculine principle. And as gathered together, it becomes one. The Tao, it's been called. Chinese culture. Continue to bring that beautiful, beautiful, loving all the way in. And this will be the last time. We'll bring it all the way down, 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 down to our dantian. And as we settle here, the dantian has been called the heart. We've been called connecting with the heart of the earth, and our hearts with the heart of humanity, and then the inside the head around the third eye point, but inside the niwan, it's called, connects us with the heart of humanity, of the universe. So maybe we can just feel the union of three hearts. as one. And then from here, I actually like to just, let's grab hold of our chairs. Grab hold of the chair. And I want to do one other Qigong movement, or it's actually called Shenzhen, which is very much like Qigong. There's one movement that I really enjoy, and I just would like to share it with you. So the important thing is to feel relaxed. You know, and I've really been thinking that there are two areas of health that maybe, and this is just me, so this has not been researched, although it probably has been researched, but I haven't studied the research. But I think the two areas of health that maybe get overlooked or just paid service to, and that would be breathing through our nose and relaxing our bodies. I think those are two things that we can really do for ourselves that will help us maintain and even grow healthier with all the other things we're supposed to be doing. So this one, what we do here is we'll bring our palms together like this, the backs of our palms together, and have them down low. Actually, before we start, let's just relax our bodies. Just move them around in any way so that you really feel that you're nice and relaxed. And then whatever you're doing, whatever movement, just slow it down. And from this relaxed place, bring the back of your palms together and up right about the top of your head. And then you'll come down just below your heart and circle your hands around and then in towards your body. Just you're circling them on a flat surface. Just circle them around, feeling, like I said, just really feeling that sense of ease. It's a really simple movement, but there are lots of little things that are going on here. So we want to keep, when we circle out and around, our wrists relax, and then our hands gently flex as we bring them back into our body. And I've been doing this, I've started doing this movement every day too. I just really love it. And so we'll just stop there. There are other parts to this, but I just wanted to do that. Okay, so now we'll get a little bit more into yoga, I guess, and we'll work on our pelvic floor because that's so important. And I'm kind of, and you know what we're going to do today with the yoga, we'll do more twists than we usually do because possibly some of us ate more than we usually do for the holidays. And twisting is supposed to help cleanse the body. So, but first let's just do the pelvic floor. So take a nice deep breath on your inhale, and then on the exhale, you'll lift up your pelvic floor. And you can exhale through pursed lips if you'd like. Inhale through the nose and relax. And then exhale through pursed lips and lift up the pelvic floor. I think we've all done this before. I'm just doing my hand, you don't have to. And inhale, relax. Exhale, lift, but try not to use very much force in your feet. Inhale, relax. Exhale, lift. So you want your hands to not help out. Inhale, release. And then one more time. And even your feet, there might be a tendency to press your feet into the earth. And then relax. Okay, and then we'll come over to one side. And you can either just lift up one side. You don't have to necessarily drape yourself off the chair, but you could also lift your push up with a block or a book. So you're going to have one side lifted and one side relaxed downward. And then exhale, lift it up. Inhale, relax. Exhale, lift it up, and we'll do it 5 times. Relax. Exhale. Exhale. Lift. Exhale. Lift. And then we'll go on over to the other side. Drop that and drop one hip down, the other hip, of course, and then exhale, lift, inhale down. And I just, again, try not to press your feet into the earth too much, to the floor. Try not to use your hands too much. Really see if you can get into the abs and the pelvic floor and the tush, but especially, of course, the pelvic floor. I think that's 3, 4, and 5. Wonderful. Okay, so now, let's. I think that this doing the twist in the chair is really. I feel like I get almost more into a little bit deeper into it. So let's pull back on our right hip. Turn with our rib cage to the right, turn our shoulders to the right, and then grab hold of the chair in any way that feels good for you. And you can keep inhaling, lifting up through your spine, exhaling, maybe twisting a little tiny bit more. But then pay attention to your shoulders and your facial muscles. And keep all areas that you don't need to work with, relaxed. And look all the way over your right shoulder if you haven't already. Keeping your body in the exact same position, gently turn your head back to center and on over to the left shoulder. And start releasing down, bringing your shoulders back and then your rib cage and then your hip. Pause for that moment to feel the difference. And then we'll pull back on the left hip. Turn the rib cage to the left. Turn the shoulders to the left. And grab hold. You can let your knee come back if you'd like. And then look over your left shoulder. Inhale, extend, exhale, maybe go into the twist a little deeper. And then keeping your body in the same position, gently turn your head to the opposite shoulder. And then release your hands. Let your shoulders come back towards the center, your rib cage come back towards your center, and your hips come back towards the center. Okay, so now let's, let's see. Let's do our pigeon pose. But this chair is really high. I have to get another chair for pigeon. Let's see. So, but let's make it a relatively easy pigeon today. Just actually, we can bring a little bit of a twist into it. So we can either build up from the seat of the chair or from the back of the chair. And then we'll bring our right leg up. And, because I said we're going to work on twists, let's do a little twist here. So inhale, lift up through your spine. Try to keep your left leg straight again, but not locked again. And then turn over towards the right. Maybe grabbing hold of your right knee, right thigh. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. And then we'll gently come on back to center and we'll turn over towards the left. Maybe you can even take your left arm behind you and reach for the thigh. Like the right thigh. Nice. And then we'll come on back and lift up through our solar plexus, through our heart. And then feeling that our pelvis is moving our body, our torso, come forward. So really try to keep that spine as lovely and straight. Bringing the chin in towards the chest. And then when you can't go any further, maybe you can drop your hands down and go a little further by rounding your back. And keep your shoulders relaxed. And really let your head just dangle comfortably so that you're not holding onto your head at all. Beautiful. And then walk on back up. Nice. Okay. Let's just pause for a moment standing. And actually, let's, even with our chair in front, let's have our hands on our hips and kind of come over the chair again with our back as straight as we can keep it as we come forward. And then maybe we can bring our hands down and just kind of drape ourselves over the chair, and we can walk into it a little bit and just do a little forward fold this way, kind of a supported forward fold. I've never done this before. I think that was kind of fun. I hope you did too. And then walk on back up. Anyway, there's so many ways we can move, right? It's just incredible. Our bodies really are a miracle, a total and amazing miracle. Okay, so the other side. So left leg up. And this side might feel really different. That's for me. And so we'll go on over to the left first, bringing our hands on the on the left thigh. Oh, slippery. And the hands on the outside of the left thigh, or the chair, wherever you feel stable. And yeah, you can wrap your hand around here on this side, on both sides, around your back, and then we'll come back to straight ahead, and then go on over to the other side. And wrap the other hand around. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, the knee relaxed, the knee is soft, standing of the standing leg. And then release it down. Come on down. And I like this draping over the chair. Well, I guess that depends on how high the chair is. If it's too high, my chair comes right around my groin. So it really feels sort of nice to drape over it. So if that's you, if it comes to your groin, great. If it doesn't, maybe just stretch out over the top of the chair like this. Change it around a little bit. Okay. So now let's come on up. That's kind of funny, I think. Okay, and so now what we're going to do is a little bit of our lovely sun salutations. Just some simple sun salutations. I also think not only twisting is nice after a holiday weekend, but I also think maybe even taking it easy. So taking it easy. So let's just stand in in mountain pose, where we feel the strength the stability of a mountain, but with ease, with relaxation, with and it could possibly be that we're even stronger when we're relaxed. Actually, I remember this, I heard from Ed Sullivan, actually, that the Qigong teacher I was telling you about. Evidently, Bruce Lee said, you know, people come at me with force and I'm nothing. So, you know, I'm not holding on to anything. And he's one of the greatest martial artists of all times, right? Okay, so from here, let's come on up to the front of our mat. And again, maybe just have that feeling of space in our bodies, beautiful space. And then inhale our arms out to the side and we lift up almost like we did with the Qigong. We gather that energy from the sun and we bring it all the way in and down by our feet, coming all the way down to our feet and then coming to our shins or thighs and lifting halfway up. And then exhaling, deepening the fold. Bend your knees, step back with your right foot. And stay on your right, stay with your right heel lifted. So we lift on up to high crescent pose. And we'll sink into the front leg as much as it feels comfortable. Then bring your hands forward and open up your arms into a twist. So you're going to look over towards your left, keeping those arms relaxed. And if you'd like, you can bring your right hand over by your left thigh and wrap your left arm around your back, keeping those shoulders relaxed, and look over your left shoulder. And then slowly unwind, bringing the arms back straight, looking over the front hand, and bringing both hands in, and arms up over your head. And then sweep them down by your front foot. And let's step on back into downward facing dog. The downward facing dog. And continuing with this idea of a little bit of a twist, we'll start by a really gentle, easy twist by bending your right knee and dipping your right hip downward, looking under your left arm. And then straightening that leg, and then bending the left knee, dipping that hip down and in towards the midline and looking under your right arm. And we can go back and forth. Let's do 3 all together on each side. So 2 more on each side. So just take it slow and easy. Feeling that little twist, mostly in a little gentle twist here, not mostly in the low back. Even through the tush a little bit, and then come on back to center. And let's come on into a plank pose or knee plank. So yogi's choice, full plank or knee plank. And slowly come on down onto the mat with our chest touching the mat. And we'll lift on up into a sphinx. Sphinx pose. And press your elbows into the floor. Try to keep your wrists and elbows on the line and your elbows right under your shoulders. Pull your heart forward. Make it an active sphinx, and then we'll come on out of it and either curl your toes under or bend your knees and lift yourself up to plank. Back into down dog. And from here, we can look on up at our hands and step walk, or maybe hop up to our hands and inhale halfway up, exhale deepen, and then bending the knees or keeping the legs straight, your choice. Come all the way up, arms over the head and down. Okay, a nice simple sun salutation. And so we'll do the same thing on the other side. Inhale out and up. Exhale, lead with the heart. Come on down. Actually, this I'm going to do a little bit differently than the other one. Inhale halfway. Exhale, deepen. Bend your knees and step back into down dog first. We're going to do down dog first. And pedal it out with a little twist, with just bending one knee and straightening the other. And then we're going to bring our right leg up high and rounding our back, bring your right knee to your right elbow and then come on up. And then your left knee, your left knee, your left knee towards your left elbow. And come on up. And then, so put that foot down, and we'll do the same thing with the left leg. So you're going to bring the left knee to the right, to the left elbow, and come on up, and then the left knee to the right elbow, and come on up. And bring that foot down, and then lift up the right leg and step it on through. And we'll come on to crescent. On with our left foot back, heel lifted up. So come into a nice high crescent pose. And bring your arms down in front and slide the right arm down the left. So you're looking over your right shoulder. And just like we did before, you can wrap this arm, you can wrap both arms around yourself or bring this over your head. Just going into this a little bit deeper, perhaps into the twist. Whatever feels best, either over your head or grabbing hold of your rib cage. And then we'll come on, is that right? I think, yeah. And then come on back and come on down and let's step back into down dog. And just so, and then step your left foot forward and just bend into that knee for a little bit and then hop on up with your right foot and inhale halfway, exhale deepen, and then bend your knees or keep your legs straight and come on up. Inhale. Okay, so another twist I'd like to do that brings in twist and balance a little bit. This is relatively easy, because I'm sure we've done this before, where we'll just put one foot in front of the other, and it doesn't matter which foot, and as close to toe to heel as you can, as if you're on a tightrope. But if you're too wobbly, just step the front foot a little bit out in front and maybe over to the side, but as close to a tightrope as possible. And so arms open wide. And I heard something funny the other day about the tightrope walker, a guy who in the 1800s walked across Niagara Falls on a tightrope. And evidently, halfway in, he had a bottle of wine, or maybe a glass of wine, but he paused and took a sip of the wine and continued his walk. So we go over to one side, and then we'll go over to the other side. Try to keep your arms as wide open as you possibly can. I guess you could call that balance. And then come on back and rest down, your arms down, and then we'll put the other foot in front. Step the other foot in front, toe to heel as much as you can, and keep your eyes really soft. Keep your gaze soft as we're doing this, as we're going from side to side. And of course, relax your body as much as you can. Okay, and we'll turn the one way. Back arm does have a tendency to come in forward a little bit, so see if you can keep that straight line between your fingertips, the fingertips of the right hand and of the left hand. And slowly back to center and on over to the other side. And back. And let the arms rest down. And there's another little balancing pose that I'd love to do that's got a little bit of twist. This is sort of a variation of balancing poses. So let's just go ahead and lift up our right leg and pull it in. And of course, have something just so you feel safe by your side if you need to. Then let your left hand wrap around the right knee or thigh, actually shin. Mine's grabbing over the shin, and then turn with your, whoops, I'm losing my balance a little bit here. So turn towards the right. You can start with your right hand on your right hip if you like. And if you can, you maybe open up that right arm. Again, that soft gaze can really help. And once you've landed where you're going to sit for a bit, find your drishti, the non-moving object. And then come on back to center and down. So a little bit of twist and balance here. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. You know what? Let's just sway out our bodies between the poses. Take a nice deep breath, perhaps, if you can. Same thing on the other side. Again, feel that lift at the solar plexus. That can really help balance. Grab hold of the shin, the left shin with the right hand, and maybe with your hand on your hip. The left hand on your hip, you can turn towards the left. And open up the left arm if it's available. Beautiful. And then come on back. Nice. And shake it on out. And so one last thing we can do standing before we come down is, let's see, I'm going to do a little relatively, hopefully simple combo. You know what, have a block handy if you know you need it for triangle pose. We're going to do a little kind of variation of triangle pose here. So we're going to turn our right foot in and our left foot out, and have the block over by your left foot. Lift your arms up and come on down here. Come on down into triangle. And then put your right hand on your hip and hop forward just a little bit. And we'll come down over that front leg into like a pyramid pose. And then bring the block on the inside of your front leg and turn towards the left. So we're easily going into a reverse triangle, a revolved triangle. And then come on down. And of course you can, you put the block aside if you don't need it. And then come on up. No, always do what's right for you. We'll turn everything over. Put the block in the right hand. Put it over by the right foot, turn the right foot out and the left foot in. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, come on down. The triangle. And then with your left hand on your left hip, hop that foot forward a little bit and bring both hips down towards that front foot and come into a pyramid pose.
pose, an easy pyramid, and then grab hold of the block if you need it. And you can actually put it on the inside or the outside of the right foot, and then turn towards the right and come on into a revolved triangle. Nice. Beautiful. And then come on down. Both hands by that front foot. But walk yourself all the way around so that your hands are lined up with your midline. Drop your head down. Oh, here, this is another twist I love. I haven't done this in a while, or I don't know. Anyway, so you're going to bring your right hand kind of towards the center and as much under your heart as it feels comfortable, and then just simply turn towards the left. And you can lift up that left arm. And even wrap the arm around your back. And then come on down and do the other side. So we'll lift up the right arm up high, wrap it around your back. And actually, we're going to come down. We're going to stay here for a little bit. And then we're going to take our right hand and look under the left arm, maybe let the left arm come out a little bit and grab hold of our left shin with our right hand. And look under the arm. The left. And back to center, and the same thing on the other side. So grab hold of your right shin or ankle with your left hand. Look under your right arm. Wow, nice. And then come on back to center. Walk your hands in a little bit. Bring your hands on the small of your back. Take an exhale. And on your inhale, press into the small of your back. And come on up. Yay. Okay, and then heel toe your feet in. And it's that time to come on down to your backs. Yay. Come on down to the backs. So we'll do a little bit of a gentle twist. One more twist. Just twisting out, it kind of goes along with, pushing out the chi that no longer serves us. Like we're twisting out now, it no longer serves us. So come on down, like I said, to your backs. And just a lovely, simple twist where we bring our knees into our chest and hug those knees into your chest. Grab hold of your left calf or wherever you can grab hold of your left leg and pull it all the way over to the right. Hopefully, your feet rest on the ground. If they're not, you do have a block close by, and you can put the feet on a block. Because we really want to rest into this twist. You can open up your left arm nice and wide. And just pause here for a couple of breaths. Just let this be nice and easy. Nice, easy twist. Already just feel yourself supported by a beautiful Mother Earth. We can really let go. And then bring one leg up. And then the other. And we'll go on over, just pause for a moment with those knees at the center. And then go on over to the other side. And if you need your block, just take the block on over to the other side. Easy does it. Melt. Just feel yourself melting.
And then when you're ready, just slowly come on back to center and set yourself up. Our beautiful Shavasana. If you'd like to put something under your knees, go ahead and do so. Or if you feel the need to bend your knees and you don't have anything to put under, which is probably not true, you can find a pillow or something. But anyway, if you don't, you can just collapse your knees in towards each other. Your feet a little bit wider. That helps those leg muscles just relax a little bit more. Once you've settled in, beautiful, supportive pose. Completely relaxing our bodies. Every breath. Feel your sense of beautiful peace in your body. Feel the fingertips. Scalp. Toes. Every single area of your body. Every breath. Deeper and deeper. Wonderful feeling of release. Serenity. So now you can stay exactly where you are. Start to work awake state. Go ahead and start moving, but still maintain this feeling of ease in your movement. With your hands and fingers and toes. One at a time, bringing your knees into your chest. And then rolling on over to one side. Take your upper hand and place it in front of you and spiral yourself on up to a comfortable sitting position. If you're not,
And thank you so much and for being here, and lots of love to you all. Have a beautiful, wonderful week. And I guess I just want to say it, may the long time sunshine upon you and all love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Namaste. Namaste. And I will end the recording.